We are the nerds of a nation. We are the nerds of a nation. One Piece, Chapter 28, Crescent Moon. Hey, welcome, brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review from the wonderfully epic tale of One Piece. Our last chapter left us, it was a little bit, I guess, on the slower side, but it was nice on the character development side, because we learned a lot about Usopp and the type of person that he really is, that he wound up essentially lying to his minions, Pepper, Carrot, and Onion, so they would be out of harm's way. And he also earned the respect of our trio of heroes or pirates or main characters in Luffy, Zoro, and Nami. He earned their respect because ultimately at the end of the chapter they said, hey, you know, you're willing to go and put yourself in the face of danger at risk to your own life and limb and your own detriment, but yet you went and sent away your minions so they wouldn't be harmed. So they respected that, and at the end they volunteered to help him with with the impending attack from the Black Cat pirates. So the chapter opens up right where we left off, and they're sitting down by the beach at night talking, and Usopp really thinks that they're just taking pity on him and kind of almost laughing at him and chuckling at him because of the way he has been and how he's gone about this. So he basically tells him, hey, listen, I don't need your pity. I'll fight him alone. I don't care if I'm outnumbered. I don't care if I get killed. This is my town. I love it. It's my village. I love it, and I'm going to defend it. And Zoro says, no, why would we be laughing at you? You know, we respect what you're doing, and that's why we're going to help you. So they wind up talking amongst themselves and start to try to formulate a good plan that will hopefully work. And he says that they're going to attack at dawn. Usopp says they're going to attack at dawn, and this is the beach that they'll land at. And there's this narrow pass that goes up this steep incline, and it's the only path that goes into the town. So if anybody had ever seen the movie 300, that's the reason that a smaller force was able to hold off a larger force. 300 men that held off an army that was almost 1 million strong, because of how thin the pass was. They were able to defend essentially it from left to right, and that's all they needed to do, because you can only put, it doesn't matter how many people you have, you can only put so many in a path that's 10 or 20 feet wide. So they start to work on formulating a plan, and it then goes and cuts to Mistress Kaya's estate, and Kurahadol asks the maid, where she is, and the maid says she had a big day and she's now sleeping, and kind of goes over what happened, and I can't believe Usopp did that. And Kurahadol, of course, knows what's going on, because we know he's the evil, plotting shit Captain Kuro. And he says, oh, okay, well, that's, I told her that, he was nothing but trouble. And he winds up going and coming across the gift, the glasses that were actually purchased. And it's supposed to be a present for him for tomorrow, which is his 3-year anniversary of being there. So he asks, the maid or one of the other help what this is. She says, it's a gift from Mistress Kaya. She says your glasses are always slipping off your face, so she had them specially made, and got them from the next town over. So you think that he would be somewhat touched by this, because she says, well, it's tomorrow is the 3-year anniversary of you coming to us, and you've been such a great person and a great help to this family and this estate. So he goes, and he's just gone off the deep end now. He's bloodthirsty again. He's met up with Django, and he's looking forward to putting this plan in action. And if yours, maybe he even feels a little bit of guilt because of because of this plot that he has that's obviously very evil, to go and to kill her just for some money. So he winds up going and basically just going in the next room and just smashing the glasses. And one of the other servants or whatnot in the house says, what are you doing? Why would you destroy the present that Mistress Kaya worked so hard to get for you? And he says, you know what? It doesn't even matter. This village, and she's going to be dead, and his village is going to be gone and seized in a few hours anyway. So, and the butler guy's, what the hell? Or the assistant, whatever you want to call him. He's one of the other servants in the house. And, he comes to the realization that Usopp was telling the truth, and he comes to that realization too late, because then we see Kurahadol, pull out a blade and kill him. So obviously getting rid of any type of evidence or any credible evidence of someone to speak out against him and warn the townsfolk about this impending raid, or Mistress Kaya, which he tries to do before he's stabbed. He tries to yell out to Kaya that she's in danger. So it then goes back to our unlikely foursome of fellows, and they have devised a plan. They've poured a bunch of oil on this path, and their plan is the pirates are going to basically start, they're going to come off their ship, and they're going to start charging up this path. They're going to all start slipping and falling, and then they can all attack. And Usopp had asked earlier, he said, "What do you three do?" And and Zoro says, "I cut." And Luffy says, "I stretch." And Nami says, "I steal." So, it was three quick panels, one next to each other. Says, "I cut, I stretch, I steal." And Usopp had said, "I run," because he's not really. He tells a lot of stories, but this will probably be his first real encounter, a real battle. But at any rate, we know that he's very good with the slingshot. So they talk about being careful. Nami talks about being careful not to get stuck in their own trap, and Usopp assures them that, "Hey, listen, I'm going to." I'm a good shot with my slingshot. We'll be able to take care of him, no problem. And I think he's underestimating the force that's coming after him. But it then goes and shows us it is now coming to dawn, and they show the Black Cat pirate ship anchored offshore. And the crew is obviously restless. They've been there for a week waiting for this plan to be unleashed and for them to go and rob and rape and pillage and steal. And they wake up the acting Captain Django, 1-2 Django they refer to him as, and he gets up. He's a little peeved because it's earlier than he'd like it to be, but everybody's raring to go and chomping at the bit. So he says, "Okay, fine, let's go. Everybody get ready." So then it goes back to our unlikely foursome. They're standing there waiting, and they're looking and going, "Okay, it's dawn," and they show this shot them looking out on the beach, and they're like, "There's no ship, no nothing. They're not here yet." Maybe they slept in late, maybe they this. So this goes on for a little while, and then all of a sudden, Zoro says, "Are you sure they're going to land here? It sounds like I can hear yar and this and that, like pirates. I can hear them in the distance." So all of a sudden, Usopp has an "oh shit" moment, and Usopp goes, "Oh my God, the North Beach! They must have landed on the North Beach." So, Luffy and Zoro and Nami are like, what the hell? You said this was the only place they could land. And Usopp says, "Well, this is where they met, to devise their plan, so I just assumed." And now remember this, if you remember anything that I tell you. Assuming, and a guy told me this about 20 years ago when I worked night crew at Toys R Us. He said, when you assume, you only make an ass out of you and me. And it's just a play on words, obviously, because ass, you, and me are all in the word assume. But ultimately, that's what happened. He assumed, and they guessed, or whatever you want to say, and he guessed wrong. So everybody's obviously now like, Luffy's like, "Hey, where is this North Beach? And how far is it? Because we have to get to them before they get to the village." So Usopp says, it's just north of here, or just this way, or whatever way he points, or he tells him north. That's what he says. He says it's north about 3 minutes, and Luffy says, "I'll make it in 20 seconds, right?" So he goes and takes off, and Usopp is hot on his heels, or at least trying to be. Nami starts slipping in the oil slick behind Zoro as she's running up the hill, and she's like, "Wait, the North Beach, that's where our boats are anchored. That's where our treasure is." Because remember that she still has the big bag of treasure that she stole in the previous arc from Buggy the Clown. So she's afraid now that she's a thief, and she's afraid that they're going to steal her treasure. So she goes and she's racing up, and she grabs Zoro and uses him as leverage, pulls him down essentially so she can get up over him. And then as he starts slipping and falling down the oil slick there to the bottom, she just keeps on going and says, "Oh yeah, thanks Zoro for the help. I gotta go check on that treasure," So we can tell what her motivations are, at least right now, or what it seems like anyway. It seems very selfish and very in needing of having to have the monetary goods. So Zoro basically mumbles to himself and says, "I'm gonna kill that girl someday," and he's stuck at the bottom of the hill, So it then goes and it flashes to the pirates all charging up the hill on this North Beach, and all of a sudden some of them start getting knocked out and knocked down and everything, and you think, "Oh my God, Luffy got there." Well, it flashes to the next panel, and it's Usopp, and Usopp's there, and he's basically like, "Hey, I got my slingshot, and I'm gonna take all you out. You're not gonna take. We're prepared for you," and he's talking big. And you think, well, okay, well, Luffy's got to be there, you know. And then it goes and the chapter ends. It shows Luffy, and Luffy is like out in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, I see the town. And now remember, Luffy is directionally challenged. He can't read a map. He doesn't. That's why he needed Nami as a navigator. He doesn't know left from right, it seems like, apparently. Because he goes and he says, well, he told me north, so I just went towards the way that seemed the coldest. Now, in my opinion, to go the way that's the coldest is to go south. But we obviously went the wrong way. He sees the village in the distance, but he's nowhere near where the pirates are. So that's where we're left, at a cliffhanger. Everything is hitting the fan over here. The pirates are coming in, and we hope that everybody can get on the right, get on the same page and defend the villagers from them, so the villagers as well as Mistress Kaya do not lose their lives. So, all in all, a very fun, interesting chapter, and I can't wait to read the next, which I'm going to do immediately after I hit the stop record button. So, take it easy, nation, and we'll catch you in the next one. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we will see you soon. Thank you, brothers and sisters, as always, for watching my videos, subscribing, liking, commenting. Feel free to take a look at some of the other videos that I have up here, and subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word and bring others into the Nerd Nation, and we'll catch you in the next one.